my friend stole a final stage interview link for me. So I got a job that I did not apply for. I'm like, as how now? Don't steal any interview link for anybody. I'm not encouraging that, but then I'm like, the thought, that's wild. Like, you believe in me to that extent? What? Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing this face for the first time, my name is Praise Victor, and I'm so glad that you clicked on this video today. On this channel, I talk about all things faith, mental health, relationships, and really sincerely, I just actually share my story as I journey through this life in my early 20s. So if you really want to join me on this journey, or if you are like also navigating your 20s or maybe even your 30s, you can still find something to relate with. But yeah, that's really what this channel is all about, and I'm so glad you're here. As you can tell from the title, that today we're talking about friendships, right? Adulting and friendships in your 20s, your 30s. Even though I'm going to be the one doing most of the talking, still you're going to be like, contributing in the conversation in your room, in your car, wherever it is that you're watching this video. But then sincerely, am I the only one that feels like friendships in adulthood, they're not just like they're not just hard to find, but they're also like hard to maintain. Like, how do you navigate being friends with someone that lives like thousands of miles away from you, and sometimes you just need a hug? And do you sometimes feel lonely? Like, how do you cope when your friends aren't close by? Because all of my friends are like so far from me, and I'm currently in a season of my life where I need the support of like real life. I don't want to say real life friends because my friends are real, right? But at the same time, like, I crave physical presence, yes, more than like the online presence has its part to play, which is very important too. But at the same time, I'm in this season of my life where I'm craving physical friendships, and I'm just like, this is hard. Like, this is so hard. And do you even feel forgotten sometimes when, like, life gets really busy, and then you and your friends don't exactly talk as often as you used to, and then everybody is just navigating their 20s and their 30s, and everybody is just doing their own thing, and then you're just here like, can someone just please give me a hug? Like, I really want a hug right now, but then there's nobody. For me, sincerely, I would say it has not been easy. And because I'm in that season of navigating friendships while also like juggling career, like healing currently, and also even like battling with like long distance, growing in faith, all of these things that comes up in everybody's lives, it has not been easy. And I'm like, I'm at a point where I'm like, I actually need friends. Like, I have friends, and I appreciate the friends. They are such gifts from God. But at the same time, I'm in a place where I'm like, I really crave physical presence. All my friends live so far away from me, like so far. If I want to go and see my friend now, it's like I'm traveling. I don't have that kind of strength. I don't have that kind of strength. And I'm not even going to lie. If I want to go see my friends now, it's like I'm going to have to travel. I don't have the time. And I'm like, why are all of you so far? It's hard for me. And so because I'm in a season of like navigating friendships and life at the same time, I have decided to start a series on adulting and friendships. This is our first ever series on YouTube. Can I hear celebration in the house? Okay, thank you for celebrating that. Anyways, this is going to be our first ever series on YouTube, and it's going to be on adulting and friendships, and we're going to be talking about, I keep saying we, but it's me and you, like your thoughts, I can hear them, and so I respond to your thoughts. So basically it's the both of us. But anyways, we're going to be talking about, in this whole series, I don't know how many parts it's going to be very honest, and if you feel like there's something you want me to touch on as regards like adulting and friendships, you can leave it in the comment section, and I would look into it, do my own research, talk about my own experiences too. We're going to be dealing with the question, should you be jealous when your friends are doing well in life and it's like you're not doing so much? Should you have boundaries in your friendships? How do you navigate your friends having other friends that you're not familiar with? I mean, all of these questions, I'm going to be talking about them in this series, and I'm really excited, to be very honest. Anyways, let's get right into the details of today's episode. And I would not lie to you, one of the things that actually inspired today's episode is Salem King's story on Instagram. If you follow Salem King on IG, you would know, and you check his stories, you would know that I think it was last week he put out a Q&A on his story, and he was like, what's the wildest or the funniest or the kindest thing that your friend has ever done for you? And I saw the responses and I was like, no, these people are on another planet. Like, we cannot be living in the same world and you have this kind of friends. I'm like, what is happening? I'm going to read out some, and I'll post the pictures of some of the responses. But the responses, there were so many responses, but the responses that I actually took screenshot of, and I'm like, I need friends like this in my life. Let me tell you. The first person said, in 2021, my friend sent me money to support my Japa plans while she was also relocating. Now, if you're not a Nigerian, to Japa means to leave the country and to travel abroad. So this person said her friend sent her money while she was preparing to leave the country, and the friend that sent her the money was also preparing to leave the country too. So it was like a sacrifice at that time. Another person said, my friend stole a final stage interview link for me, so I got a job that I did not apply for. I'm like, as how now? Don't steal any interview link for anybody. I'm not encouraging that, but then I'm like, the thought, that's wild. Like, you believe in me to that extent? What? Another friend said, I told my friend I need a hug, and she was at my house before I left for work 7 a.m. just to see. This is the kind of friend I need. When I say I need new friends, this is the kind of friend. I'm so grateful for the friends that I have, sincerely. They are the best, sincerely. But at the same time, I'm in a season of my life where I crave physical presence. I crave physical presence. And so this person said, I told my friend I need a hug, and she was at my house before I left for work by 7 a.m. just for a hug. Okay. This last one that I would share, I actually know that more than anything, just like I need the hug, I need this one in my life. This person said, I lost my job and a friend placed me on 120,000 naira a month. Every month, the friend was paying him or her 120k salary. And I'm like, where do you guys meet such people? Are they on this how? Introduce me to them. Let me know them. I'm like, how now? But sincerely, jokes aside now, to be serious, I actually feel like friendships are a gift from God, to be very honest. I'm in a season of my life where, in as much as I crave physical presence, I'm also very, very grateful for the friends that I have in my life that I can just call and I can share. It's so funny. I just remembered something that I did not plan to share earlier this morning. I've been going through, if you haven't watched the video I made last week on the struggles of being a Gen Z Christian, you should absolutely watch that. And so I'm still in this season of grieving now, and I have been crying a lot recently, really bawling my eyes out and crying. And then my friend called me this morning, and I was so tired. I did not have the energy. And all of a sudden, I don't even know what we were talking about. And all of a sudden, I start sharing my burdens, and then I'm crying, and I cannot even look at the camera because I was overwhelmed. So in as much as I really do crave physical presence, I'm also grateful that I have this kind of people in my life that I can just call and share my burdens with them. And after the call, the conversation ends with me feeling encouraged. The conversation ends with me feeling refreshed. There's life that has entered my soul. Those are the kind of friendships I have, and I'm really grateful for them. However, I also feel in as much as you have friends that you can communicate with online and everything, there's still the need for friends that you can go out with and have like, sense of touch, like hugs and all of these things, hold hands together, just make you feel like you're a human. I don't know if you get me, but as I was saying, I know that friendships are a gift from God, because even God himself, it's in the Bible, God said that it is not good for man to be alone. And man in this sense is not just talking about like man as in like gender wise man to be alone, but also like man as in like humanity, because God did not create us to be alone. We were created to be in relationships. We were created to be in connection with one another. And so if you're in that season where you're like, oh, I really do crave friendships, sincerely, there is nothing wrong with you. Like, there's no shame in wanting to feel seen, heard, or understood, or just crave new connections, new friendships. I feel like it's even a beautiful thing, to be honest, because it shows that you're growing and you're willing to open yourself up to like more light that the world has to offer you. However, while I support you wanting to connect with new people, I also feel like before you take that step, you should look within yourself. Before you go out there seeking friendships, you should look within yourself and take an inventory of your life, like where you are currently, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, career-wise, because I feel like those should be the standards. It should be from that point that you decide the kind of friends that you look out for, because the truth is, if you do not have standards, you would fall for anything. You would settle, rather. If you don't have standards, you would settle for anything. The kind of friends that you're seeking should align with who you are currently, what your values are, the season of your life that you're in currently, and also who you hope to become. These 4 things are very, very, very important in like choosing friendships. And moving on in this episode, basically, I'm just going to be pointing out the things that you should be self-reflective or self-aware about before you go out there. And I'm also going to be talking about maybe a few spaces that you can go on to and find new friends, if you know that you are willing to leave your house and actually do the work and not just be like me and stay in your house hoping to find friends somewhere. Now, I need you to actually get your pen and paper, because I'm going to be reading out a few questions that I wrote down that I feel like you need to ask yourself when you are alone. This is you literally taking an inventory of your life, you asking yourself such important questions that you need to answer. They are not rhetorical questions. As you write the questions down, you also answer them. Maybe not now, but then as time goes by, answer them one after the other. You need to know, what are my core values? Like honesty, loyalty, empathy. Am I seeking friendships that would show me support? Am I seeking friendships that would, make me feel valued, respected? What are your values? Also, what season of life are you in currently? Are you like in your girl boss era and you need more friends that are like also in their girl boss era, and they'll make you feel like more seen? And just you need to really be aware of the season of life that you're in. If you're in your creative era, like if you're in your creative season, you need to maybe you would probably want to have more friends that you can relate with on that level of creativity, maybe content creation, or you are an artist. Sincerely, just know the season of life you're in currently. Another question is, what do I enjoy doing? And what kind of people naturally enjoy doing these things? Like maybe you like singing, or you like, I don't exactly know if I have anything that I enjoy doing. I feel like staying at home alone and reading. But then, even if it's reading, you can, sign up for a book club. So yeah. Another question you need to ask yourself is, what are my non-negotiables in friendships? What are the things that I know that I cannot, if you are doing this kind of thing, I'm sorry, we cannot be friends. First of all, me, I have a whole lot because I'm a Christian. And this is not to say that because I'm a Christian, all my friends are Christians. No, I have Muslim friends that I love. I love them dearly, sincerely. But at the same time, I'm still they are just some... I cannot have friends that smoke and drink and do wild parties in the term of I'm living my best life, but then you are just living a life without boundaries. I'm sorry, I cannot have you as my friend. We can't be friends, like, because what do you want to be influencing in my life? Like, what kind of influence are you bringing? And so you really need to define what are the non-negotiables in like the kind of friendship that you hope. This is just me. I'm not imposing on anything. You decide what your non-negotiables are, not me. And ask yourself, what kind of friend am I right now? Am I supportive with a few friends? If you have friends, this is for those that have friends in their life and they are currently seeking new friends. So ask yourself, what kind of friend am I? Am I the supportive friend? Am I the friend that too much interaction and then I'm overwhelmed and overstimulated? You need to know yourself. Second thing I would say you need to point out is to know what you need. Ask yourself, am I seeking friendships that are like emotionally based, like emotionally affirming? Am I in a season of my life where I just need to be poured into emotionally? Am I in a season of my life where I feel like I've even talked about this in the first point? Am I in a season of my life where I need like friends that are like, goal oriented, as in like career wise and achieving all those goals? Am I seeking friends that are like faith-based, that we grow together in faith? They help me, like they keep me accountable in my like faith journey, in my walk with God and all of that. You really need to define what kind of friends are you looking for? What kind of support do you wish you had from your friends? And are you seeking friendships out of loneliness, or you are actually seeking these friendships because you want to grow in community? Because the thing is, if you don't actually define all of these things, you would end up just going all out, rushing into friendships, and all of a sudden you see that like you start having unmet needs because you are placing on them such huge expectations that they were never meant to like meet in the first place. I feel like if you are like in a place where you're like really, really, really lonely and you rush into a friendship, you would get to a place where you become overly dependent on that person, and that friendship would become codependent, and it's like you wouldn't be your own person. And it would be an unhealthy, it would be an emotional enmeshment. I made a video on that. You should check it out. Yes. So, but it would not be healthy. Yes, of course, their presence would mean something. It would have an impact in your life, but at the same time, there would still be that enmeshment, and that is if and only if it's like coming from a place of like loneliness and just really, really needing the validation, and then you become overly dependent on them. The last thing I want you to point out before you go all out in seeking friendships is to know what exactly can you offer. Are you in a stage of your life where you are sure that you can actually nurture new friendship? Because sometimes in our life we get to a point where we are drained, we are maybe just drained, and you don't have it in you, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in saying you don't have it in you to pour into anybody right now. You have to be so aware, like, have you healed from the past traumas of past friendships? Because you cannot be out here saying you are seeking new friendships, but at the same time you are still having wounds that are bleeding onto someone that is new in your life and doesn't even deserve it. You need to heal your attachment wounds so you don't sabotage new connections, you don't sabotage new relationships because of fear, because of insecurity, because of people pleasing or avoidance. So you need to really you be honest with yourself. I cannot tell you whatever it is. I can only guide you. You are the one that would tell yourself the truth. Most people feel like friendships are all about being poured into, but relationships generally should be mutual, right? You pour into me, I pour into you. And on the days when you cannot pour into me, I will make up for the both of us. And on the days when I also cannot pour into you, you will make up for the both of us. And I feel like that's really what friendships should be about, should be like. So don't rush into friendships with the mindset that, oh, he's my friend, I will do this one for me, my friend will do this one, I want a friend, I will do this, and a friend, I will do that. Be the friend that you are seeking out in other people. Be that person. it's the same for relationships, really. Before I round up this episode, I just want to say that while of course friendships are beautiful and all of that, friendships don't just happen. There is a level of intentionality that is required for friendships to like blossom. Just like anything, if you seek out to build anything that is going to be lasting, then it takes time and it takes intentionality. You don't just meet someone today and because you vibe on the first date and all of a sudden you are best friends. No. that is like hold up, no. And so really you have to, don't rush it. Don't be a thirsty person, okay? In as much as you crave friendships, yes, we know we all crave new connections. Maybe not all of us, but me, I'm also craving new connections and all of that. But at the same time, don't rush it. Like, let it take time. There's one of my close friends, and one of my closest friends actually, we actually bonded career, like based on career goals, and it got to a point in my life where like my goals weren't aligned with what he offered anymore, but we still maintained the friendship, we still maintained the connection, and for 3 good years we never saw each other. Like, it was just earlier this year that I saw him for the very first time in my life, and we are close. Like, he's such a very good friend. And so I'm like, you can sometimes start friendships from the maybe just based on career, or maybe just based on faith, and then when you guys connect, you get to see that you have so much more in common, you have similar interests, and you get to like vibe on a like deeper level. And it turns out to be so beautiful. Maybe before you guys just used to hang out after church for maybe like extra Bible study, and then all of a sudden you see that you both like exercising, so you go to the gym together. It's just like that too. You can it depends on how intentional you are, how willing you are to put yourself out there, how willing you also are to put in the work. It's not just pushing yourself out there and be like, I need a new friend. I like you, and I feel like we'll be able to vibe and we'll connect on a deeper level. But then when they finally enter your DMs, you don't reply their text, or you reply late, or you reply in a like very weird tone. And then you start complaining, I don't have friends. It's your fault, my darling. It's your fault. You have to be intentional. And lastly, I just want to say that in as much as you are craving new friendships and seeking out new friendships in adulthood and all of that, be discerning. If you meet with someone, or if someone is coming close to you and your spirit is not aligning, my darling, don't say that because you just want new friends at all costs, you will continue there. If your spirit is not aligning, if you don't feel peace about someone coming close to you, someone entering your private space, my darling, this is your sign to guard your space. Because the truth is, the friends you hang out with now, the people you call your friends now, those are the people that your children would call auntie. Those are the people that your children will call uncle, or godfather, or godmother. I don't know whatever term it is. But you just have to think, while you're also thinking of like your emotional needs, maybe career needs, faith needs now, still also think of the future. Are these the kind of people that you want to grow with? Are these the kind of people that you want to evolve with? Is there any space for evolution in this friendship? Do you understand? And so yes, basically that's just it. And I think I said that I was going to mention a few spaces that you can get into. For me, to be very honest, I was just going to mention church, maybe because I'm currently now making new friends in church, and it's a beautiful thing. A lady after service on Sunday, this is just a weird thing to share, but after service on Sunday, a lady walked up to me. She has been in school, so she came back. She walked up to me and she was so excited to see me. Like, and I was like, this is so nice. Like, I felt the love. She hugged me. I was like, this is, oh my God. When last did I get a hug from someone? And so, yeah, you can serve in your church, or I used to be that person that after church immediately I'm carrying my bag, I'm leaving. Like, in as much as I want friends, I don't think I want to interact with anybody. But yeah, you just have to be willing, sincerely. It depends on how willing you are. It really depends on how willing you are. So yeah, you can find friends in churches, you can find friends at the gym, you can find friends in conferences. You can connect with people, and then over time, as time goes on, you get to see that, oh, you guys have more interests, like more similar interests, and see where it goes from there. But yeah, this is just part 1 on adulting and friendships, and I really hope it helped you. I really hope you had something to I really hope you had something to take away from this episode. If it blessed you, please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share this video. Put it on your story. Let it be an opening for people to know that you are seeking new friends, like you need new friends. You get. So yes, and I will see you next week in part 2, where we talk about how should I respond? Should I be envious of my friends when they are doing better than me, while I am also happy for them? How do I handle the deep the feeling I have in my heart that is like my heart is sinking, even though I'm happy, but like how do I navigate that? So yeah, that's what we're talking about next week. Bye.